you. Let's see who's in the chat.
Yeah, I gotta see how I see the chat because I don't know Restream just yet.
You should be able to see the chat.
Oh, messages from the audience will display here. Okay. If you read, you'll understand, Mike.
Nobody there yet.
Not quite.
We've got time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting the bits out. There's a time delay, isn't there? Because I can hear my voice coming back.
A little bit.
Yeah, definitely an echo. Going in the box. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Josh.
There they are. Here they come. I wonder where you guys were at.
I knew they'd come. How is everyone today? I hope you're having a good Saturday.
What's up, Electric Whittler? What's up, Kevin? Good to see you guys, man. I'm still learning this Restream. I know StreamYard pretty well, so I know. I didn't know if I needed to like scroll it or. But that's cool.
So this is the box.
Love it.
We've got the power button there.
Right.
I think that's the socket, the power socket.
Now, as I
And
understand, this thing is pretty versatile. You got a lot of different things you can do with it. So we got some
yeah,
attachments to put together, I bet.
yeah, I'm going to get those out. So it's called a micro lift table saw. And it's not heavy at all.
I've seen manifestations of this before, but I've never really had the pleasure of having one. They seem like they're fun little items, and you could probably get a lot done with them.
Yeah.
The big thing I want to do is just stress how we can make sure that we do it without any incidents that we're going to regret.
Exactly. Right. We've got power bits here that I'm trying to...
How's your morning been, guys? You guys doing good?
Goes in there. Plug.
Did we lose you guys? Are you good? Are we still tech check? Mike, check. One,
It says no audio, Mike. No. They can't hear Mike.
How could you wait? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. They're saying turn up your mic. So you can't hear Mike at all.
Okay, 1 second. Check, check. 1, 2. How about that? Better? Better?
Can you hear Mike now?
Everybody, we good? Maybe?
Kevin, Josh.
Wow, did we lose everybody? What happened?
No, we've got 6 people there.
Can I get a check in the chat? Because last thing I see is Electric Willer saying, hey, y'all.
No, Kevin says no. I wonder what's going on. Let me see if there's anything on my end. No.
Okay. Hello. Check. Hello. I don't even see the chat either. Hold on a minute.
Hi, Runic. You can't see the chat. Is it on the left side? Oh, we've lost Mike. Hopefully he'll come back. Here he is. Hold on.
Check. 1, 2, 3. How about that? Are we happy yet?
Upstairs. Just quiet.
Still.
Do you want to turn me down?
All right, hold on. We'll fix it the old-fashioned way. 1 second. I bet that does it.
You've got everything there that you need.
And yet I'm still absolutely inept. All right. Let's see if that changes the game zone.
I can imagine you sitting in front of that mic, playing your editing.
By the way, if you can hear me, I 100% blame myself. This has nothing to do with June. June is an absolute genius.
Oh, Kevin says maybe this is a secret plug for Rusty's audio boxes.
Maybe. How about now? Much better. That'll do the trick. Perfect. Thanks, Whitler. Ha!
Excellent. Brilliant.
Technology's been defeated again.
Right, I thought it best that I take the brochure out.
Oh, well, I think you may need to solo screen because I can't read that. I'm too old.
Oh, gosh, no, I'm not expecting you to read that. Oh, you're a baby compared.
I was like, Doctor, my eyes.
Okay, we've got the protection script. And I've got to take off the plastic covering. I'll do that in a minute. Screwdriver. Allen keys, we've got three.
This thing's a bit of a process. Good. Okay.
A couple of these. Want some bolts.
I'm also going to change camera just a little bit. Hold on.
Some stickies. I think that's for the feet. A washer. And this thing here. Oh, Mike's gone.
I'm here. Now I'm fighting with the camera.
I'm just trying to take the plastic bit off.
Be right back. Now I got to fight with it again. 2 seconds.
She disappeared again. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. Hi, Suzanne. Thank you for popping in. We're just waiting for Mike to come back. He's having some technical difficulties. We can't see you, Mike. We can't plug in whilst I'm putting it together.
I'm here.
Hi, BLC. Thank you for joining us. I'll just wait for Mike to come back so we can see the bits that came in. Hi, Natalie. I've lost him completely now. Okay, he's back. Still can't see you, Mike. Hi, Billy.
Hey, maybe.
You're back. So these are the bits
Life. Sorry, guys.
that came in. I'm going to go with the brochure. What does the brochure say next? Saw blade position.
Hey, so
Okay, let me
good to see you, mate. Good to see you, VLC. Natalie, good to see all of you.
Okay, I've disconnected it from the power. Use your thumb and index finger to loosen the screw. What screw? That little screw! You kidding me? What? How am I gonna?
Okay. Maybe we're.
Do you see that little screw in there? That little screw in there?
No, I don't. Sorry about that.
I'm assuming that's. Yeah, it's so small.
Maybe if you put yourself on solo view, I'll be able to see a bit better.
It's so small. Yeah. Yeah.
There we are. Got a little bit of lag. Sorry about that, guys. I can't see the chat right now, but now I've got her on solo view. I can see it full screen. Perfect. Oh, the little screw protruding from the top of the table saw base, yeah?
Yes. Yes. But I can't unscrew that because it's on the top.
Yeah, I think that's intended.
There isn't another screw there.
There isn't
another screw there.
I think all of that's already assembled. Let's start with what's intuitive first. And we'll add as the accessories as we can, and then worry about the power last.
Yeah. Hold on.
Now, somewhere there should be an adjustment for the lift. That should let you lift the entire top off.
No. It's screwed on. No. It's screwed on.
How do they adjust the lift on it?
I think
Can
they
you go full circle with it? And the
they
exterior. Because there has to have been a depth adjustment in there somewhere, and we're just not seeing it.
Hold on. I think they need to unscrew this.
Yeah, I think that part's called your arbor. That's where your blade will actually be attached.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Oh, I see. I see it. Hold on. Come on. I see it. Okay. Hold on. I've got the screw out. Remove the screw and saw blade clamp out. Remove and saw blade clamp. Put the saw blade in from above. Okay, let me get the blade from above. Okay, let me get the blade. Look at all the goodies you get. Look at all the goodies you get.
Yeah, there's your sanding disc, your flex shaft.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think the operative part that's missing is because the blade doesn't travel up and down in a carriage like it does on my saw. I think that the way they adjust the height is they actually move the table up and down. So we got to figure out how they do that.
Okay. So I'm going to put this blade and it says to go. Okay, that goes like that.
Yes. Now you should be able
So
to adjust the height of the table so that you don't have you don't have the blade protruding high all the time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Just trying to put this back in. Oop. Oop.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna look up this machine and see if I can find the manual.
Please, yeah. Put the saw blade in from above. Tighten the screw with the. How the hell am I going to do that? Hold on. Okay, I'll put the screw in, and I've got to tighten it with the I don't know how to expect you to do that with the Allen key. Just going to do it with that one.
While we're doing all of this and getting our crap together, how the rest of you guys doing? How's the day? Hope you guys are doing well.
I think that's as tight as I'm going to get it. Turn the. I see. It says to. That one, maybe the bigger one. Turn the Allen key in the position showed. So, they're looking at it like that. So that's fine. Push the angle ruler into the groove.
Okay. There we go. Okay, there's the safety bezel.
That's in there. And you can rotate it. We'll have it at 90 for now.
Some of the terminology in this manual is crazy. What in the world calls that a safety bezel? What in the world is that? All right. Some miter fins.
Got this. This is called the metal backing. Metal backing. Like it looks a bit. It goes. Like it looks a bit. It goes like that. Like that. Screw on the screws to fit. Screw on the screws to fit. Oops. Oops. How's that in the screw? How's that in the screw? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right.
Dissipation, solid dust collection. Panel. There's your table saw fence. That's good.
There's another one. There's another one.
Yeah, Suzanne, you should.
What's that? What's that?
Oh, Electric Whittler asked, are you going to carve live on Delan's channel on Thursday night?
Oh, she should. Yeah, definitely. Oh, she should. Yeah, definitely.
No pressure. Just
this. And this. And this.
while you're working that out, I'm going to stand here, watch what you're doing, and carve a dragon.
There's in there. There's in there. Oh. Oh. I take it the washer goes in here. I take it the washer goes in here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's your safety bezel.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's on securely. Securely. Okay, what next? Okay, what next?
Sorry, guys, a little bit boring. I'm not any help because I can't see the direction.
Installation. Installation location. Is there. Just have to find the right. That's the sharp bit. That's the sharp bit. These. It says 3.3 to 4 millimeters JTO.
Okay, that is going to be attaching to the shaft protruding from the side of the chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have two of those. One that protrudes from the rear and one protrudes from the side, if I understand it right.
Yeah. There's another something there.
There's another something there. I'm going to check and see if it's doubling on my side. Hold on a minute. Thanks for pointing it out, VSE.
Tighten with Allen key. But there's no hole.
Sorry, thanks for putting up with this, guys. Right, can you zoom in any at all on that, June? If you look, that shaft has a flat portion on the side of it. I believe. Did they mill in a flat spot on the side of the shaft? Oh, the shaft where you'll be attaching the drill chuck.
It goes in. Does it go in here?
I think that's for your Dremel tool.
Yeah. No, that doesn't seem right.
I don't think it threads on. When you look at it, there may be a hole drilled into the side of the drill chuck.
There is
a small hex screw inside.
Not what I can feel or see.
Hold up the drill chuck in front of the camera. Okay, that was perfect. Just how you had it. Okay, now you see that collet, there's a small hole drilled into the side of it. Tell me if there's a hexagon shape, though there isn't. There's a little screw that goes in that hole. So that'll probably be in your little bag of bits and bobs they sent there. It's usually black. It doesn't have a head, and it looks like the bottom of a bolt without a head on it.
Okay, this is what...
That's called a set screw.
Okay, this is what...
Oh, they may have actually screwed it in with a real screw, not a set screw.
So that might have to go in first. Yeah, they've missed
Does it have any threads?
Have any?
No, you're fine. Go ahead. So that has threads to screw onto that shaft.
There's a hole. That's what you need. There's a hole. That's what you need.
And then I believe if you look in the side or in that side, that little hole that's drilled in, you have to drive a screw in there and then wedge it against the shaft so as to tighten it. Now the screw, I believe, isn't in there. It may be. When you showed it a moment ago, it looked like it was empty, which means you'd have to take one of the small screws from the accessories. Yeah, let's start with taking that away from the main assembly and see if you can find one of the screws that fits to thread inside that little hole inside. Try to find some of the set screw in it so I can show you.
This is what I've got going there. This is what I've got going there.
Here we are, perfect. I'm going to try to zoom in and show you what I'm up to. If you'll flip it over to me for a second, Jen, I'll show you what I mean.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
I believe you're right there, but you still got some pieces that are wrong, or that are missing, should I say. Switch the screen over to me and then watch what I'm up to, and I'll try to demonstrate, because I have one here.
Got ya.
Right. So what we're talking about is something called a set screw. Now, I'm going to remove this one for the sake of whatever. Now, this is on the side of my countersink. You'll take note, there's a hole in the side. Now, inside that hole are some threads, which is meant to accommodate for a screw, or in my case, a particular kind of screw that I was talking about called a set screw, which very much appears like the end of a nut or a bolt without a head on it. And I can thread that inside. Now, what its purpose is that as I add a drill to my countersink, it won't be secure because it slides about. But I can use that set screw to pinch against the side of it to lock it in place so it won't move. I think that's the same principle that they're using for that collet there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm confused.
So you may have to find the small. You'll have to find the small screws that accommodate in that hole that's on the side of that connection.
What? These things? What? These things?
Yes. If you'll take note of one end of it, you'll see that it has a hex pattern for an Allen screw.
Yeah. Okay. The smallest one. The smallest one. Yep. Okay. And where does that go?
Yep.
Okay. And where does that go?
And then that threads into that perpendicular hole on the side and will serve as the locking pin to lock it in place. So remove the collet that you have attached to the main shaft right now. It's threaded in place, but you'll also take note that it also has a hole, just like we discussed. It has a hole on the side as well.
What, this?
So you'll need
what, this?
Yes, the assembly in your hand. Present it to the camera. And see there at the base, you see the hole in the side.
Yeah.
Try to screw that little hex screw in there.
Into it?
No. Try to use your little Allen key and use that. Yes. And try to thread it. No, into the side. Perpendicular. Yes, just like that. And it should thread right in.
Let me bring it towards me. Okay. Do I need one on the other side?
Correctly, it looks like there was two of them.
Do I need one on the other side?
Yeah, if there's two, yeah, you'll need a corresponding one on the opposite side. What did I leave in the washroom, Kevin?
Okay.
Now the idea is to slip that over the shaft and then use those two to lock it into place.
Oh wow.
Which is why I still think you can remove the top of the table saw to be able to expose all of these elements.
Okay, let me do that.
Delaney, good to see you, buddy.
Good afternoon, Dylan.
Why does that sound stuck in my head?
Not kidding me. Let me see if I've got another screwdriver.
You guys know what makes me not like wood carving, by the way?
What's that?
Every time I make a stroke of the blade, my belly jiggles, and it reminds me of how ridiculously fat I am.
Okay.
If only IKEA made table saws.
I still don't see. Oh, let's see if I can do it like that.
Grumpy, good to see you, buddy.
Hi, Grumpy. That's enough, Bailey.
Baby, don't bite me.
Okay, I think that's secure. So I'll do the same on the other side.
Absolutely, you got it. Which should just take a bit of a twist, turn the shaft around, and then you should be able to hit it from the same angle. I am doing my best to have a really chill morning. I hope everybody else is too. June, don't get frustrated.
I'm not. I'm very relaxed at the moment. Nothing's gone wrong,
Now, to
touch
tell
wood.
you the truth, I was projecting onto you a little bit because I know I'm the guy that's like, and I just like throwing things.
Okay.
But I already know that about myself.
I'm going to try to attach this. Which hand should I do it? Doesn't matter which hand. I'm doing this hand.
You may have to solo your screen so I can see a little better. You're a bit cut off. Sorry. Okay, so what you're dealing with here is called a keyed chuck. I don't know if you've had one. But the key, there you go.
Yeah. Fills. This feels quite loose. Is it supposed to be like that?
Is there a tightening mechanism on the end of the shaft?
Yeah.
Perhaps a screw where you can thread it in a bit tighter. Guys, thanks for being so patient. You don't understand. One thing I can't stand about ordering things from across the pond, well, across the pond that way as opposed to across the pond that way, is when you get the directions. You guys already know what I'm talking about. The whole thing is like listed. And to make for best operate super caution is need for good cut. What the hell are you trying to tell me? Yeah, Grumpy, it does. It's got some little buffing wheels. It's got a little sanding pad. It's got all kinds of things to attach to it so that she's got like a little, basically like a little 3-inch sander on the side. And then the other side, there's another little motor or another drive socket assembly that's running a flex shaft all at the same time.
What does that mean? Look at this.
If you guys want to follow along, I'm going to try to find a way to type in the chat. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Just like oops.
I wouldn't be leaving the sander in if you weren't using it. That's true. This is actually a really small version of one of those all-in-one machines they sell in Asia all over the place. This one happens to have a little sander and a little flex shaft with the table saw, but we've seen them, the larger industrial types, where they do like the jointer, a table saw, and a thickness planer all in the same machine. They're trying to accomplish that kind of synergy, but it is what it is.
Hi, Alison. Hi, Alison.
Thanks for coming in, Allison. Hi.
We're just putting everything together.
It's a bit more of a booger than the jigsaw, that's for sure.
Interesting though. It's something new. Something new for me.
I think it's going to be a very versatile tool once we figure out the ins and outs of how everything's going to work.
I think so. Oh gosh, what have I lost?
Do any of you guys have an experience with a little machine like this? Have you ordered one? I think Harbor Freight had a version of this, but it was just the table saw, where that's all you could get. It didn't have all the accessory attachments and all that stuff with it.
I'm confused. It says to do that, and I've done that.
I'm not certain what that is. Here, apologize.
It's the shaft, the one end of the shaft.
Okay, so we know the other end's got the collet on it. That one should actually hook inside the drill chuck very much the same way that the sanding tab did. Yeah, one of that should be affixed, and there should be a rotating bit inside.
But that's too big to go in there, so I'm
The rotating
assuming this comes off.
Did we put the larger? Spin it around and just for fun, try to add it to that other drill chuck. No, don't take that apart yet. Don't take that apart yet.
Okay, let me just tighten
Spin the whole machine around. Yeah, spin the whole machine around. And that drill chuck is the same size or is it a little larger?
It's the same.
Okay, let's try to take your buffing wheel out of there for the moment. No, using the chuck key.
Oh yes. This one.
Right.
Got it.
Now, once you've broken free, continue to rotate that because if you'll look, there's 3 tines in the end of that. The more you rotate it, the larger it will become.
Yeah.
And that may accommodate for the flex shaft. If that's the case, we could probably apply the same technique to the other side.
I might have to take this off. I don't know why it's saying to put that on it.
I think it's simulcasting on my channel, so I think I
Bailey, come on. Be a good boy, Baba. Okay, that's in.
Perfect. So now we got the flat
in the
shaft.
coconut.
Now you have your Dremel tool set. Okay, the method by which you added the top, or removed it, should I say, is most likely, if I understand this machine right, that's the same method that you'll use to adjust the height that your table saw blade is protruding from the top of the table.
Yes.
So I think we're ready to return it. Everything is reattached. We don't need the sanding attachment just yet. Let's
No, we don't.
see if we can add the table again.
That's not mine. Come on, Baba, be a good boy. I want Mike's workspace.
And I want 3 of Mike's workspaces. That is a struggle that never ends. Sorry for those of you that don't like wordy dirt, but I'm telling you, I'm always stuffing 10 pounds of shit in a 20-pound bag in here. I mean, it's... So let's talk about why that adjustable height is so important here. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of blade stinging up past this piece of wood that I'm using now. Almost a good inch. The less of that I have, the less likelihood I have of accidentally hurting myself with it. So I try to adjust my height. And I'm going to hopefully not disconnect my camera in doing this. But I'm going to do my best to let you see what I mean. Maybe, you stupid machine. All right. Can you guys still see okay?
Yeah.
I mean, other than me making you dizzy?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to completely take you off of that mount. We'll do it a different way. As everybody can tell, I am a consummate professional. And I am absolutely awesome at doing this. Perfect. Beautiful. Amazing.
Oh, that's what that back. All right. Place this back in.
Vegan Crazy Francis, good to see you. Allison, good to see you too.
Good afternoon, Miss Francis. Good afternoon, Miss Francis.
It's high time for you guys to see what an absolute wreck I am at providing gym instructions.
Huh? Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna plug it back in.
Not quite yet. Not
Okay.
quite yet. I want to go over some safety things because
Okay.
I don't want to dissuade you from the machine, and I don't want to make anybody intimidated by having one. But at the same time, this machine is notorious for being unforgiving. It is absolutely one of the most unforgiving tools that you could own. And what I mean by that is that the drill, the jigsaw, could accidentally nick you and perhaps draw some blood. This thing can remove digits in a minute. And I do not put it past even that small device you have of being capable of doing the same.
Where's those gloves, Kevin?
Where's those gloves, Kevin? The height of the table saw blade, this is why I thought the adjustment of the table is so critical to understand and get to know really well. I'm going to make an adjustment to my saw here. And I want you to see what I mean. Okay. So I've now set this with a large amount of blade protruding beyond the height of the piece of wood I intend to cut, right? So that gives me all of this real estate to potentially touch with my hand and potentially end up in disaster.
Okay.
So blade height is critical.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you need to pay mind of. And what I'm looking for is that I minimize every bit of possibility I can. So as you can see, I've barely even left just enough to clear the top of the cut and be able to cut completely through. Try to choose the material you're about to cut if you're going to make a practice cut, and let's adjust your table saw height so that you barely just have enough. This is going to, it almost makes your piece of material sort of almost a guard to prevent you from receiving very grievous damage.
I've got a feeling that's the right height. Do you think?
All right. Is it going to go all the way through? Put it. Here's the tallest part of your blade at the apex of the circle.
Yeah.
Move your wood to position directly beneath that and see how high the blade protrudes from the highest point.
It doesn't go that high. It's not as high as the wood.
So you can determine that it probably won't cut all the way through in a single pass.
No. You might have to turn it upside down.
Let's find something a little... Yeah, you may have to invert it in order to complete the cut, but that's a little bit ahead of us right now. Let's get with the basics. Let's find a thinner piece of material that would serve as a good test piece for us to start.
Give me a sec. Oh. What about one of my flat pieces?
That should be great. Yeah, that's perfect.
Bailey.
So now you need to adjust the elevation of the table itself so that the blade only protrudes just a smidge higher than that thickness of that material.
And how do I adjust the... Am I going to have to take the top off again?
No, I don't think so. I think that it's the manual mentioned a height adjustment.
Did it?
The saw blade can be raised and lowered with a range of 0.63 inches. Rotate clockwise to raise the saw blade and counterclockwise to lower it. It doesn't give very accurate depictions of how to do so. There should be a mechanism fixed to the four corners of the table that should allow you to be able to change the elevation of the table itself.
Yeah, the legs.
Oh, no. In relation to the body. You want to be able to move the table in relation to the chassis. If not, then we may be relegated to the default height that you have.
Yeah.
Which means it would be a serious safety consideration we have to keep in mind as we move on.
So, will this not help?
It certainly will. That's called your miter gauge. What it's there for is to give you a reference surface with which you can push work through the saw. I have one. Well, that one's connected to my sled, but I have an extra one somewhere. I know I do. Oh, that's fine. Not a big deal.
This isn't complicated, Alison.
It just has a lot of moving parts, really.
Yeah. It was easy to put together.
Okay. Let me change up camera and things here so that I can walk you through this a little better. Okay, let's come out here. Go home, camera, you're drunk. Okay. So this is a very large, very elaborate version of the miter gauge. You don't have to follow along with what I've done. I'm just going to use this to demonstrate. As you can see, concealed beneath is the exact same apparatus. All I've done is added some other things to make life with my saw a bit easier. And for the sake of fun, let's just take it off. We'll remove the extra bits. There we go. All right, we'll just move that out.
Hi, Tim. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier.
Tim, that's good to see you, buddy. Okay, so this device here is my miter gauge, and what it allows me to do is I can reference a piece of work material against it, hold it like so, and sandwich it together in order to make my pass through the blade. Hopefully everybody can see it. Okay, there we go. So this gives me the way to stay referenced to prevent the biggest thing that the table saw is notorious of causing a problem with. I'm going to get a marker. I know that this sounds a bit tedious. Thank you for putting up with me, Jim.
You're doing good.
In fashion, this is called your kerf. Okay, now the kerf is the void left remaining after you've passed the saw blade through the material. The bane, the nemesis of a table saw is this becoming misaligned with the blade. The minute it does so, the rear of the blade is pressing against this side of the cut. The front of the blade is pressing against the opposing side. And it essentially grabs a hold of this, much like a pair of pliers, and turns it into a projectile. Did that make sense how I explained that?
Yes. Yes.
I know I sound grave when I'm explaining that because that is the number one cause of most of the injuries with a table saw. The saw is intended to pass through a kerf, and it's intended to do so in a straight manner. This miter saw, or this miter box, this gauge, allows you to maintain the straight nature of that cut so that you don't deviate its angle and cause that binding that I'm discussing, because that's where you're going to end up with your kickbacks. That's where you're going to end up with the wood being lost out of control. So that miter saw is an incredibly good thing. It's wonderful that you have it. Let's talk about the method of adjustment. Mine is a bit bigger, but I bet it adjusts very much the same way yours does.
Mhm.
This loosens up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine happens to have detents, but that's not important. And it allows me to create the angle that I want. And then lock it back down into place using the handle. Thanks, Rennick. I don't know if your machine happens to have it, but for many machines, they have an added feature, a bit of a detent, similar to this, that a pin will slide into to lock this into a perfect 90 degrees, because that's the most common angle you're going to use. Okay.
At the top here that
You're gonna
holds it in
want
place.
Perfect. Make sure that's torqued down nice and tight, that it won't move or do anything crazy in the midst of you using so. And before we even start the saw, I know I'm being utterly paranoid. Please forgive me and bear with me. Before we even begin, I want you to place your material against the miter gauge. I want you to become comfortable with holding it depressed against the gauge and locking it in place, and then being able to move that entire piece as a single component. And play with the pressure that your fingers are using, because you'll see there's a particular point where you can lose grip of it and you have a problem. So now we understand that this fence on the miter gauge is it's doing everything in its power to help you maintain the straightness of that kerf so that we don't have a problem. Make sure that you feel comfortable with being able to pass the piece entirely past the blade. That your angle and your ergonomics are nice and clear, and you feel like you can make that entire pass without having to move or twist or contort yourself in any way. You want to be as comfortable as possible, because that's going to increase the likelihood that you're going to stay secure. Atta girl, lock it down. Now, doing it like so, notice that my piece is protruding past my inoperable blade right now. Move it back over here to where you're in open air, and just make sure that you can make that entire sweeping motion. Feeling nice and comfortable with that. Good. Well done. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a tension adjustment running. It's stamp steel. There's really nothing we can do about that. But
it is a bit wobbly. But not that. It's just because
you can apply to that. Because I've worked with many cheap tools, I can give you a trick that will help. Okay. As I'm holding this, I'm also going to pull this way a bit so that I'm causing the very thing, ironically, that I don't want to happen with the blade. I want it to happen with the miter bar, meaning I want it snug on one corner here and snug on the back corner. That makes sure that I'm not going to have any wobble back and forth as I'm moving through it. So what you're doing is applying just the slightest bit of rotation to it so that you take out that slop and you're able to move through nice and slick. It's the right size. No, it's not. Okay, this is what I mean. Your miter bar fits loosely inside your slot, right? So you have a bit of this going on. What you're looking to attempt, or what you're looking to prevent, is any of this side-by-side deviation by just applying a little bit of a twist one way or the other that lets me press this side back here and that side on the other side and forces it to go straight. So I can't have any of this going on. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
I think so.
All right, if you're feeling nice and comfy with your miter bot or with your miter gauge, let's go ahead and make our first cut. We'll need to apply the power and get everything plugged up now. Thanks for humoring me. This will be a recurring thing, guys. I'm going to be a monumental pain in the ass, yelling and screaming about safety the whole time, because table saws statistically are one of, if not the most injury-inducing machines that we have in the shop.
See you later, Suzanne.
And so for me and my paranoid ass, it is the most anxiety.
What's that?
Well, safety lesson number 1, we figured something out.
I was not expecting that.
Did your blade contact the material at all? Take a look at it.
No.
All right.
I wasn't expecting it to jump like that.
If at all possible, weight and solidity are your best friends with a table saw. The less I can wobble, the less I can cause that phenomenon I was talking about, because I'm not deviating. Does it give you a method of implementation to screw it down somehow? Or, yeah, take the flex shaft out. That's going to definitely help a lot.
Yeah.
No, it certainly didn't. That's going to be fun. Okay. Be ready for it to jump.
Wow.
It's okay. Don't get discouraged.
No, the confidence just left my body.
You're going to defeat this. It's going to be fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it on.
Okay, well, remove the flex shaft. You did, right?
Oh, the flex shaft.
Yeah, use the hex key or the chuck key to remove that.
Yeah.
Doctor, my eyes have seen. Now I gotta buy myself one of these. This thing is ridiculously hilarious. No offense, I'm not talking bad about your machine. I'm talking about, to me, because of the scale of all the machines I have in here, having something so small is almost comical. But I gotta have one because it's cute.
Oh. Let me move that away. Right.
All right, now, before we get going, we know how to turn it on, which is cool. Take a moment and watch me make this cut, and I think you'll get an idea of what I mean, and I can talk about some other things before, during, and after the fact. Okay? Right now is crucial. I am not getting anywhere near that thing until it stops moving entirely. Okay, now I can remove my offcut. So now we get the basic premise of how this works. Yeah? Feeling good?
Okay.
I don't know. Do you have any clamps that will allow you to clamp that down somehow, June?
I've got the clamps that I was using last week for the word. But I don't know.
Let's try that. Maybe that'll help secure it and lock it down some.
Yeah, I've got to remember where I put them. Yeah, I need to figure out where I put them. Yeah. These were the clamps I was using last week. I don't know.
How can we do that?
I can
Do you still have
do
your
it,
drill?
I've still got the drill. Yes.
Perfect. Then we've got the ability to fix that. I'm going to show you a little bit of Mike is making stuff, and you're going to become June is making stuff for a second. You ready?
Okay.
Let's find us a small strip of wood that is longer than the width of the table saw. It can be about this big, but anything wider than the width of the body.
Wider than the width.
Yes, or longer, should I say. In other words, you want the wood to protrude from one end and the other end if it were laid beneath the table saw.
Hold on.
This will be good because anybody else has the same problem, we're going to have a solution for them right now. Did you ever talk off? All right, Tim. Thanks for stopping in, man. I know we already been at this for an hour and a half. It's okay, though.
I've got this.
Okay.
Oh, this, but this is quite thick.
No, something like a long strip, a stick. Something like this.
No. The only other thing I've got is this sort of
That'll be splendid. Can you get one that's longer than the table saw is wide?
that's a little bit longer.
Okay, now here's the idea that we're going to do. I'm going to draw it here. If you'll take note of my view. At the base of your table saw, which is like so, you have two threaded feet sticking out here, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to remove those. We're going to add a board here. Using your drill to put a couple of holes in the corresponding spots. Then you're going to use the feet as screws to bolt this down so that your clamps can go here. And clamp everything down. Did that make... Oh, you probably couldn't see what I was doing.
No, just on one side, yeah?
Well, both sides would be optimal. Even if you can't get one that runs all the way across, we can still accomplish it by putting two blocks that protrude out on either side. And then you can use the blocks as a clamping mechanism to clamp it to your table. Now, as you remove those feet, this is where your drill will come into play. We'll need that in a moment.
Let me see if I've got another one of these. Oh, I do.
Take note of this day. I'm going to be incredibly proud. We're about to turn June into a redneck engineer. It's going to be great.
Okay, what
Okay.
bit do I need?
Measure it against the thickness of the threaded bolt on the leg. You'll want to hold just a bit bigger than that.
Say that again, sorry.
Here we are. I've got some legs here that'll... Oh, that was divine providence. Okay, so I have a pair of legs very similar to yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I only need one. Get a drill that's just a bit wider than this part here. Not yet, not yet, Natalie. Not yet.
This one.
Perfect. Now, in your wood, you're going to drill a hole off to one edge. 1 second.
Should I measure it? And I should have it. Something like this.
Good. Okay, now to show you what I mean, I've drilled a hole in this one. So the idea, that hole, screw back into the saw. Then I can use this overhang portion to clamp everything down.
Okay.
I think 2 smaller pieces might make it a bit easier for you, if I'm honest. If you don't have 2 smaller pieces, that's quite okay. We'll figure out how to make this work.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Yes, because then you can swing them independently. That'll be perfect. So
I'm just trying to turn this thing.
Yeah, just roughly eyeball any part or any place in the proximity of where the leg will have screwed back in, and drill yourself a hole.
And can you just...
And this is a good lesson for all the rest of you guys. Sometimes you may end up picking up a machine that doesn't necessarily have all these considerations in mind. You may have to do a little bit of modification or a little bit of stuff like June's doing today, but it's still achievable. It's not hard. We just got to think a little bit ahead, and I'm glad we're doing this. This is going to make it an incredibly safe machine for you.
So I've got enough space there.
Now make sure to place the saw in the orientation that you'll normally use it, because that's the spacing you're concerned with.
Have I got it on the right settings there?
You do. You have it set on drill. Actually, do you see your 3 icons? You notice how is the arrow pointing at the drill, the hammer, or the screw?
It's the middle.
Perfect. So you're on the drill. Perfect deal. Go ahead and drill yourself a hole. You can do it, June. Your drill's running backwards, I think.
Is that? Yes, it is.
I think it's turning counterclockwise, isn't it? Move the slider. There you go. Let's take a bit of a pause. Let's clamp down that piece of wood, and then you can use both your hands to exert some pressure and some torque down on the drill. Go through a bit quicker.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I got a hole.
Now you've broken through, yes? Look at you. Ensure that your thread from your foot will now make it through that hole.
Not quite. Not quite. Hold on, I can turn it though.
Or is it?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Now, well, I'll show you a bit of a trick. Unscrew your leg and then return your drill into the hole without turning it on. Now take note of my screen. I'll show you a little trick. Sometimes your hole is just a wee bit too small. So you'll engage the drill, but then you'll begin to move it much like I do. What I've done is I've now scraped the outside of the hole and increased the diameter just a little bit.
Going the other way, going on to
Mash the triggers. Give it the beans. Good. There you are. You've got it. And now I bet your screw will go through there much easier.
You did a little bit tight, but I can screw it. I'd rather have it like this than two do's.
You know what? Let's step up the next drill bit size and make the hole just a little wider.
Okay.
I'm glad all this is happening. I get to teach you so much cool stuff. Now, before, you were drilling through fresh wood, which means the guiding point on your drill, remember we talked about that? It needed that for guidance. Well, now you're not going to have that because there's a hole already there. So it's going to be key that you clamp the wood down so it doesn't jump about on you, okay? I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. I hope they're learning something out of this. June, don't worry. I've got all day, baby. We can do this until this evening.
Thank you.
I'm not worried about it.
Bailey might have a problem with that. But we're not going out. It's getting, it's clouding over. Should I do that moving?
No, you won't need it this time because you're increasing the diameter of the hole. But remember, without guidance, it's going to be very volatile what the wood does as it continues to engage with the new hole.
Right.
Brace tight. Easy does it. Right, good and through. Check your threads again and see if you make it through easy. You should just slide now.
Yeah. Have to do it on the other side.
All the way through, June. Get mad at it. Push it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Now, hopefully you have enough thread that you'll be able to re-engage that thread into the bottom of the saw in its original position.
Oh, I want to do it that way. Hold on.
Maybe inverting the saw entirely, you can do that. Once you've got it started, then screw that little booger down as tight as you can get it. Hey, Mike Stanford, how are you, buddy?
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Atta girl. All right. So now, when you return it back to its original spot, now you have that wood with which to attach your clamp to. And you can
Okay, but we need to put another hole on this side.
No, I think you should be good with that one for now.
But it's
That
wonky.
gives you a good anchor point. Everything is bolted down. I think you're going to be fine.
Should I put the upper legs on?
Did you take from the other side from the
Yeah,
well,
I took them all out.
I took them all out. That side. Oh yeah. Return the feet to the other side of the saw. And then you can use those to level everything out.
Yeah. Don't worry, Alison, it's off. I've not got it plugged in.
Down.
Perfect.
Now, once it's in its right orientation, you should now be able to use that piece of wood as an anchor to attach your clamp so that you can attach it to your table. I can't tell you how many different little modifications I've had to do to tools like this. But it's most certainly worth it if it's going to make it safer.
Definitely.
And later on in your own time, June, if you wanted to add a second one to the corresponding to the opposite side, that's
I can do that.
entirely. Yeah, and then you'd have two clamping points, and it would help make things a lot more rigid.
The back's raised, so I'm just going to put that down.
While June's getting all of that fastened down, I wonder, do you guys have any questions about table saws? I mean, that if anything is crossing your mind that you're curious about, please put it in the chat. I'm here to tell you everything I know.
I think it'd be best if I attach another piece of wood
Okay, sounds
on
good.
the other side because
Wait for a
it's.
couple minutes. You do that. Hey, whatever helps things to be safer, please do it. I think everybody would rather it take you a little bit longer than to see you do something that's sketchy.
Exactly.
Mike, I know you just joined in. So that you're caught up with what's going on. The saw was moving around quite a bit because it's so small. So we're putting a couple of boards on here as anchor points, so she can clamp it down to the workbench. Is what she's doing. So she's adding a little mod so that she can get that thing locked down and it doesn't jump around on her. Now, wait, before you start, I want to show you a little bit about drill technique. Can you clamp that board down as it is before you begin to drill on it? Yes. I'm going to try to maneuver my camera here so you can see. What I noted when you were drilling that first hole is that you were, well, forgive me as I'm saying this. I'm not trying to say anything derogatory, but you were a bit dainty with this, and we were sort of moving about and sort of letting the drill.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, we really want to dig in there, and we want to give it a bit of heft so that it can get in there and do its cutting job.
I'm not going.
Well done. You guys better be careful. Before you know it, she's going to be replacing the shingles on her roof out there doing it.
I'm just going to do the other side.
Good. Oh, I already like how that looks a lot. That's going to be much more stable. Actually, I would invert that piece, turn it upside down, so that you got a bit more protruding from the outer edge. There you go. Perfect.
It still won't move. It's at an angle.
I think that'll be okay for now. But now you've got those two protrusions on either side that you can now attach a clamp corresponding to each side. And as those on your side of the pond say, I think you will be mint. The other good benefit is I believe that's going to get rid of the jumping around.
I hope so. That was scary.
Chase, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Hi, Chase. Thank you for joining us. Mike's doing a brilliant job helping me here. Where did I put the others? Oh my lord. Let me move this out of the way. I'll get the battery out of that.
Hope everybody's having a good day. I certainly am.
Me too. I'm learning something new.
I think I'm going to build myself a cute little shelf out of some pallet wood and enter it into June's contest.
There you go. It's not a contest, it's a collaboration.
Well, I like it better when it's a contest because I want to win.
There's no winners. Everyone's a winner.
If you ain't first, you're last, baby. Hashtag Ricky Bobby. Tell them, Americans, you know what it is. If you ain't first, you're last. Shake and bake, baby.
I've got a feeling this is going to jump. I'm going to plug it in.
Let's restore the power without any material or anything. And
yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, that's so much better.
I also see the side where the flax shaft attached, that drill chuck, it doesn't look like it's centered on there very well. It seems to be wobbling around, and I think that's causing a lot of your problems. You don't have it on there straight, it doesn't seem. But that's all right. That's.
Should I take it out?
Yeah, we can take that off, and we'll address that in a minute.
Is it with the Allen key? Oh, this.
No, it would be the hex keys to take it completely off. Yeah, the drill chuck was really bouncing around in there. I don't know the condition of the other one either.
I don't really need it.
You'd have to take the whole drill chuck off of that shaft again. This is the appropriate time to cuss, when you drop your drill key. Damn it! Where did it go?
What's the matter, Baba? Oh, thunder.
Yeah, there you go. Wiggle that around, June. I think that we found the problem. See how you can just move that back and forth with your finger?
Why won't it come out? Should I tighten it? Oh,
Well,
I don't. I want to try and get it out.
plus I think that Jennifer, I think that that chuck is just floating on a shaft that's sticking out probably about that far from the motor, so it's got a lot of drift to it. It's gonna bounce all over the place. Until we figure out how to put some kind of a damn pillow block on it or something.
We need the Allen key for this.
Yeah, you'll need the Allen key to actually take the whole chuck completely off. Okay, she had the hex key to adjust the jaws, but we need to get her to remove the entire chuck off the shaft. That shaft's just flopping around in there.
I think he likes the sound of his own voice.
I think it's the one back in the back.
You're just hairing yourself, aren't you, baby?
No. You're still trying to attack. You're inserting it where the chuck key goes.
Yeah,
remember that pair of holes back in the back where we put those Allen or those set screws in? You have to loosen those, unfortunately. You don't have to take them all the way out. You just need to loosen them so that you can slide it off the shaft. Here we are. Remember these guys?
Yeah.
You'll need to reach in there and loosen both of those.
Oh, I've got to unclamp.
It's okay. Nobody's going to judge you. It makes you want to cuss. That's why all of us have potty mouths, I promise you. Wait till you get to the point where it's throwing things. My take is if you're not cussing at your tools, you're not properly using them.
No, I can't remember.
I think it was the smallest one you said. There were 3 hex keys, and I believe you said it was the smallest one.
Allen keys.
Yes.
Yeah, but these are the only holes. Oh, sorry, you can't see.
No, you remember how we had to? No. To the rear of that, we had the top off at that point.
I have to take the top off. Oh.
The good news is once this is set up once, you don't have to do it again. You've got it all in place.
I'm going to take them both off.
Okay.
Okay, what did I do with the small Allen key?
And remember, you don't have to back them all the way out. All you have to do is loosen them. Once you've released the pressure, that should just slide back off, and you can leave the set screws in place. Oh, tell me not to mess with the dog because I went. That should be enough. You don't need to move it all the way out. Just enough to let start spinning. Matter of fact, only one may be enough. You should be able to slide that thing right off.
Yeah. Thunder. Don't lose the screw, Joe.
I heard a set screw.
I'm gonna have to look for that later.
Yes, let's focus on the table saw now. Francis just got her stickers. Yay!
Oh, come on. Out.
I'm going to ask you to do something questionable, June.
What's that?
I'm going to ask you to leave the top off for the moment, clamp it down, turn on the power for just a moment, and see if we remove the vibration that was causing us trouble. That'll save us the troubleshooting steps later of having to go back in there and take the whole thing back apart if we determine that we didn't fix it. I'm glad you wanted to do this because this gives us a good view so we can see exactly what's going on. Troubleshoot from there. I want a Chiquita banana sticker. What's up, Kevin? Why are you hating on Chiquita banana sticker? Let's do some stable society.
It's only rain, Bailey. Can you excuse me for 1 sec?
Of course.
Okay, Papa, come on.
Now you gotta put up with me dancing. Dun, 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 dun. And do it with no music.
I'm back. I've got those clamped down.
All right, let's go ahead and engage it for just a second. Let's see if the vibration has changed. Remember, fingers clear. Go ahead. I didn't say anything rude. I was over here dancing like a moron. You're probably glad you missed that.
So, should I put the power on?
Yeah, go ahead and just bump it for a minute. Let's take a look at how it operates now. Much better.
That's really steady.
That's the problem. All right.
Should I put it back together?
Yeah, we can add the top back again.
Yeah, I think I've lost the screw though.
Absolutely, Natalie. She's killing it, man.
Thank you, Natalie.
You'll be an engineer by the time this is over with.
I don't know about that, but I'm determined to get this working.
Sheer determination is 90% of it. That's why you'll hear a lot of us say things like, when in doubt, just go get a bigger hammer. It doesn't fit. If I hit it with a bigger hammer, it'll fit. Yeah, Kev, we can double back to the chucks. I think we're more worried about making sure that we get the table saw operation straight, and then we can figure out the other stuff. I'm almost certain it's because of uneven set screw pressure on the shaft, but that's Plus, I don't like how far that's protruding out of the motor. It just gives it a lot of slop.
I've lost the screw.
Oh,
I found it.
Good. This would be the tools that are capable of doing multiple things. The more things you have them capable of doing, the less good they are at any one particular one.
Okay. Yeah, I need to straighten this out. It's not straight. I would like a sticker, please.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
No, Miss Frances got her stickers. Right.
Okay. All right, power up. Let's see how we look. Heck yes. All right, I guess we have caught back up. Let's try our first crosscut.
Should I?
Absolutely.
Da-da-da-da.
Lovely. Beautiful. How'd that feel?
Good.
Scary.
I'm over the scary part now. It did scare me earlier.
All right. So now we've successfully done a crosscut, which is phenomenal. You've made a huge step in progress in being able to use your table saw. The next thing that we got to do, let's see if we can make an adjustment so that you can do maybe an angled cut.
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
Release that bit. Make the adjustment to our edge. Now, before we do so, take note of what I'm doing here on the screen, because now I've introduced another margin of error that's potentially hazardous. Okay, as I push this, note that this will want to drift this way because I'm no longer at a square angle anymore. So now I want to push and I want to keep up my pressure in the same plane that I'm going to be moving the miter through. Because what I hope to achieve is to eliminate the possibility of this sliding back and forth because I have this cocked at an angle. So keep that in mind as you make the cut.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let's get out.
Can I be painfully honest? The overhead shroud that they have there, the clear piece of acrylic, I got to tell you, in all honesty, the vast majority of us, we just eliminate that from the equation.
It's useless, is it?
It has its safety benefits. Let me be clear about that. But it does introduce quite a bit of cumbersomeness to the machine. So a lot of people do just go ahead and get rid of it.
Okay. Can we try another angle?
If you'd like, absolutely. Before you make that cut, I want you to look at my screen one more time just to be sure. Something else that I want you to take note of is that I have the benefit of a plate with this large safety marking on it and stuff. My hands never egress into that portion whatsoever. No. I make it a point to be over here all the time. So please, when you do the same, absolutely. Oh, you're right, Kevin. We haven't even made it that far just yet. Okay, we have successfully completed a series of different miter bevels. The saw is cutting well. The vibration is gone. We've got it clamped down and secure. Let's move on to the fence. If you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to remove that acrylic because it'll help me be able to walk you through what's coming up next. Right. So your fence is a system intended and designed to give you a guiding reference point to move parallel to the blade so that you can make what's called rip cuts. Now, there are a few items of note that are crucial here. I'm going to move things about. I'm going to try to angle you down so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Something that I want you to take note of because your saw has a glaring safety deficit that you'll have to account for. Okay. My saw being larger and more general purpose for larger projects, it has a locking mechanism that keeps it square. So I can, even with a set of micrometers, or a caliper rather, I can ascertain that the space between my fence and this side of the blade is the same as the fence on that side of the blade. I know you're asking yourself, why is that so important? Because if there's deviation, let's say my fence is like so, and now we can clearly see that the distance here is less than here. As I move this wood through, take note of what the wood is doing in relation to the blade. It's cantilevering to the side. And what I've done now is I've encountered that, or I've introduced that exact same racking motion that I was talking about in the beginning, the one thing that causes devastation with table saws. I need to make sure that that blade can stay within its curve through the entire cut. And to do so, this has to be equidistant on both sides for that to happen. Now, your saw has the unfortunate side effect of having two free moving wing nuts on either end. That's its attachment point. Now, they've tried to compensate for that on your saw. If you'll notice, they give you a bit of a graduating ruler there.
Yes.
And the idea is that you set the very edge of your fence to one measurement and make sure that it's corresponding in the exact same way on the other side.
Exactly, yeah.
That is painfully easy to get wrong. So I cannot stress just how critical it is that that blade is aligned every time. I know, I sound gloom and doom again, don't I? So let's go ahead and try to set a measurement, and then we'll talk about how you can maneuver the actual cut without putting yourself in danger. So I'm glad that you grabbed that first, because if you're going to use the fence, the first thing you need to do is remove that. Never should you use the miter and the fence in conjunction with one another.
I'm lost.
So if you're going to use the fence, remove the miter gauge. Yeah, take it completely away. You do not need that whatsoever.
Really? I thought that was there to protect my fingers.
During a cross cut. During a rip cut, you don't have that luxury anymore, but we have some other things to do to compensate for that. using the two of them in conjunction, let me explain to you what happens. All right, I'm going to try to build myself an apparatus here to demonstrate. Give me just a moment. Might get a little loud. Sorry about that. All right. So now I'm going to use this piece to represent the offcut when I've completed my cut. As the two of these move along, they're able to traverse the blade just fine, right? Until this part breaks free, at which point this begins to do this. The minute it does this, see and notice how it's crossed the plane of the blade? Well, that will be here. Each of the teeth will begin to grasp it and turn it into a missile. Having the fence here, using this at the same time, facilitates that happening. You don't want that to be, okay? So if you're going to use the gauge, make sure your fence is well out the way. If you're going to use the fence, remove the monitor gauge. You won't be using it for the operation at all. So let's go ahead and set it for a rip cut, and let's talk about how you can do this safely. Do you have, well, you're a crafting channel. Do you have any paint pens?
Paint pens. Yes.
Like
What, acrylic markers?
Markers. Yeah, something that you can mark on the top of your actual saw. I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it not so pretty anymore.
Okay, let's see. I've got a white marker.
Mark as you wish, but what I'd like for you to do is to establish an area around that blade that you will use in the future as the guide, the line that you will not cross. Meaning that's your fingers will never enter that area while you're operating the saw.
Well, that'd be here.
You certainly don't want to be there, and you don't, to give yourself a bit of leniency, you probably don't want to be this close to it on either side either.
No.
Probably give yourself 2 or 3 fingers distance and give yourself a reference of some kind so that you know you don't want to be anywhere near within that area.
No. I don't.
And I'd probably put another mark equidistant on the opposite side. I know it seems odd that I'm having you do this. But now you have a visual reference that as you're performing a cut, you can say, oh no, I'm inside the line. I need to move my hand.
Yeah. Understood.
Or you'll use another implement to accomplish what you're trying to do, which we'll talk about right now. I'm sure that they didn't send anything with you. Some people are of mixed opinions. I personally do use what's called a push stick. What
Ah.
I've done is I've just created myself a little bit of a niche with a notch. And what that allows me to do is rather than enter my hand into that danger territory, I can use this apparatus to make my way through, keeping my hands steady and safe. Do you want to try to make one?
I mean, I've got this. Hold on, let me get that in the
Or maybe they included one when they sent you something.
No. I mean, this is. That's all they.
Oh, they
So-
didn't send one.
I'm just having a quick look.
That's all right. The two boards that you put underfoot
Oh.
on your saw, do you have any more of those?
Hold on, just. Can you say that again, Mike? Sorry.
Those two pieces you laid underfoot, under your saw that we used to screw it down, do you have any more of those?
What, the word?
Yes.
I don't think I've got any more of those. But I've got these sort of thin squares.
Those are a bit small for what we're going to try to do.
Yeah.
In just a second, I'm going to make another style. Don't make me loud with my saw. Some people
Can I make something out of this?
I think that may work out really well, actually. One moment. I know this is taking me a moment, but I'm kind of going impromptu here. Give me a second. Now I just hacked one out of a piece of a fence post. Take it real quick. But another kind, as silly as it looks, is something similar to this. It's called a shoe. What it's giving me the ability to do is I get a small hook that I can hook to the back of my material. I can hold everything down with this portion and continue to push everything through. What we're trying to do is devise an apparatus that keeps your fingers clear of this in every way possible. The operative portion being this notch. If we can create a notch in something, that'll give you the method to propel things through the blade.
Can I have a look at that?
Of course.
Side on. So it's.
All I've done is make a very small square notch. It doesn't have to be big at all. It could actually be much smaller than this.
Can I see that again?
Certainly. What I'm looking to do with that, just so you can see, is that this barb here just registers purchase on my wood so that I have a method to push it. So if this were my hand, it'd be behaving as my thumb.
Is that it there?
Yes, I think you got really close to that. And then all you got to do is make that into a sort of stick. I wish you had any kind of stick. Any kind of stick would be phenomenal right
No. Is that wide enough?
Oh, absolutely. Now, how do we have a method of cutting that? You don't have the jigsaw anymore, do you?
No. Can we not do it on this?
Let me think how. Okay. Yes, we can. I want you to move the fence of your saw to the farthest extent to the left it will possibly go.
This?
Yes. Move that as far away from the blade as it could possibly be. Now, before we tighten it down, make sure that you've got equal measure on your little measuring rulers.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same.
They are. Okay.
Now, the piece you were just holding that you were drawing on, is it wider than the gap between the blade and the fence?
Yes.
No. So you'll be making a cut if you do that, yes?
It's wider.
Here we are. Take the piece. Watch me on screen. Up against our fence like so. Ideally, what we're looking to do is maintain this riding against this so that it stays straight. Any bit of variance, any bit of slip introduces that very thing I was talking about. So we want to stay firm against the fence. Make sure your wing nuts are good and tight. Make sure that that fence will not move during the course of what we're going to do.
Okay, but my lines are here.
Rotate the piece 180.
And my lines are here.
Yep, I think we're still close enough. We may be able to. All right, this is the safest way to do it. Let's go ahead and make that cut. Now, when you do so, watch me on screen. I'm sorry, I'm barking orders. I don't mean to, Jim.
No, it's good.
Keep your hands as far away as you're pushing through and push with equal measure with both hands until you've passed the wood through the blade.
Okay.
Go ahead and give it a try.
Is it?
Oh, dear. Shut it off. I think our saw is a bit underpowered, dear.
Or is it because this is too thick?
It's trying to cut too much material at one time, and it just doesn't have the power to do so. The motor isn't.
Oh, diffy doodles. Let me see what else I've got.
This is good because we're going to learn about a lot about the capacity, the capability of your saw. It's good.
Oh, I have found another one of those. I've got this thing here. Oh, I've got one of these.
I think that'll work splendid, actually. Actually, wait. Show me that one with the D handle on it again. Oh, that's perfect. You can just put a notch into
Yeah.
that. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of sketchy stuff. Okay. I wish I had a different saw that I could. All right. How do we do this? How do we do it? Okay. So we're going to use the rip fence, bring it in closer, and you're just going to cut maybe 7 mil off one of the edges of that strip.
How much closer do you want me to bring this in?
I didn't hear you, dear.
How close do you want me to bring this in?
Use your well, move the D piece for now. Now, use your gradual rulers there and set the edge of the fence to 7 mil on both sides. Not 7 centimeters, 7 mil.
I don't do good with mils. That's 1 centimeter.
Okay, 1 centimeter will be fine. Just make sure that both are positioned at 1 centimeter and lock it down. Okay.
No.
We're going to make a partial, what's called a stop cut. Now, bring back your D piece that you were showing me a minute ago. All right. So now, if you'd like, you can measure it or you can just eyeball it. You're just going to go about 2 centimeters in and then stop.
At what angle? Like that?
Just as it is. No. Just flat against the fence.
And
just cut in about 2 centimeters and then
about
stop.
there?
No.
No, I mean.
Now you only need to go just about. Well, for this is about 1 inch for me.
Okay.
That's fine. Go ahead and stop your saw.
Yeah.
Now back it away. Now this time we're going to move the fence out of the way. We're going to return to the miter gauge. now for this cut, we're going to turn it 90 degrees from the last cut. Place it against the miter gauge.
What, to the left or to the right?
What, to the left or to the
No,
right?
no, you can leave it at 90. That should be
That's
fine.
fine at 90.
Oh, that's fine at 90.
Okay.
These angles won't be crooked.
Okay.
And now, the bit that has the hole drilled in it, you're looking to nip that portion off.
Like that?
Like that?
Oh dear. Okay, let me think. You can't get a firm purchase on the against the miter rest because the D is in the way. Let's remove the D. Okay. I'll show you another method for setting up the fence. Place the parallel rectangular part of that D piece in between the fence and the blade, and then move the fence just like so. Take note of what I do. Let's say your D is right here. What I want to do is do this, register my fence there so that I'll be able to make a pass and remove the D entirely from your piece of wood.
So I'm working on this side now.
I'm working on this side now.
Correct, yes. We gotta go back to the fence, so we'll remove the miter fob. Oh, turn it over so that the D is the other way. There you are. Place it right in between. Make sure it's a bit snug and lock your fence down. Now I'm going to show you what's called a flip cut. It'll be very handy for you to use. Now we're going to execute the first cut and cut the top leg of the D. We're going to cut it off, and then we're going to stop. So go ahead and push through until you've cut the top of the D away from the rectangle.
What? How?
What? How?
Nope, just like that. There you are.
What, we're cutting off this?
What was cutting off this?
Yes, that's correct. Good, now stop. Turn the saw off. Now remove the piece and flip it end for end, and you'll do the same thing to the other side. Well done. Excellent work. So now you can move your fence out of the way and return to the miter gauge as we originally intended, now that the D's out of the way.
Oh, come on.
Now flip it 90 degrees. Remember, we're going to take that little bit with the hole and we're going to remove it.
What, from like this?
What from the, like
Not
this?
at any angle, just lay it flat, yes, and just cut it right off.
From there?
But only the bit
From
with the
there?
hole, yeah. Only the bit with the hole. We want to preserve the other part. Perfect. So that's how you'll be creating your notch in the future. So now you can use that. Watch me on screen. You can use that to hold behind your wood and to hold it down and then make your cut. Do you understand what I'm behind the wood, holding it down and using it as the method to push rather than putting your fingers in that area? So you've made a push stick. And now we're going to make a rip cut, and we're going to show you just how small you can get if you want to, because that's one of the good things about the saw you have, is that it can get really, really small since it's such a small saw. So let's say you want to cut something 1 centimeter thick or 1 centimeter wide. Go ahead and set your fence to 1 centimeter. Okay, so now the idea is this, June. You'll continue to push it through by hand until you start reaching that area where your fingers are getting too close. Then you'll use the new stick that we just made as the apparatus to finish completing the cut.
Okay.
So, should I use this?
Go ahead and give it a go.
Should I use this?
Yeah, sure, you can use that. Great, stop the saw. That was perfect. Okay, you see how everything began to come to a creaking stop and then eventually it bound up and quit. That was because we introduced that very thing that I was talking about, and we moved away from our fence. What we did was we began to creep out this way, and that changed the angle.
Okay.
So remember, firm against our fence, pressing down and toward the fence as much as possible so that we stay firmly registered against it. That's what it's there for.
Why is it doing that? Because I am pushing it.
Why is it doing that? Because I am pushing it.
I think that we're introducing some twist when we're going through there is what's happening. As you continue to do it, you'll be able to feel where the blade is beginning to yield, and you know that you have the blade firmly within the kerf that we talked about. The more that you deviate from that, the more that blade is going to bind up and begin to smoke, and it's going to do all the things that you're looking at. So practice trying to maneuver it through there without engaging the edge or the sides of the blade.
It's not happy.
that's absolutely perfect. You've done enough right now. You've done enough cutting, and I'll tell you exactly what's happened so that you're aware of it in the future. Okay, of course, our blade is going to be an absolute straight line. And in a perfect world, we want our kerf to do exactly the same. Now, let's say as I'm cutting, get a clean demonstration board. Jeez. There we are. Okay. So let's say as I'm cutting along, I end up deviating. So now my blade travels this way. Then I return and I try to compensate for it, right? So now what I've done is I've created a bottleneck in the cut. So when my perfectly straight blade attempts to make its way through there, it can't, because it will bind here, it will bind here, and then it will bind here. So it takes a lot of practice to get it, but once you have it, and once you get the feel of where the blade is going to go, then you'll be able to do so. Try a fresh cut. Also, something you can check is that if it continues to do that on more than one cut, your blade or your fence may be out of alignment with your blade. And even the smallest increment can be enough to do it.
Seems to stop at the same pace.
So I think you may have a problem with your fence not being aligned with your blade is what's going on. Sorry, I hope this isn't discouraging. It can be very particular.
No.
Okay, stop. Don't move a thing. I can see that as you're going, as it begins, take note of right here where my finger is.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And unfortunately, yeah, there you go.
I can't get it out now.
Yeah, let's give the saw a little bit of a rest. I think we kind of overworked it for a minute.
Yeah, it's not straight. I can see that.
Yeah, it's not straight. I can see that.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, with this particular model of saw, because it's got those two wing nuts set up rather than a square system, it's going to take some serious finagling in order to make sure that that fence is straight every time. Rip cuts will be something a little bit more advanced, but you certainly got the cross cut down. You got that miter thing licked.
It was rising there.
It was rising there.
Giving it a rest.
Giving it a rest.
How do you feel about this thing so far, Jim?
Yeah, I'm more positive about it than the jigsaw.
Positive about it than the jigsaw.
But like you said, it's just practice.
It's just practice.
I think the key is us figuring out a way to make sure that that thing stays square. Other than that, your utilization of the miter box was absolutely great. You were making cuts, and that was coming out phenomenal. Personally, I got to tell you the truth. I probably wouldn't trust that fence ever myself. I don't like it.
You wouldn't.
I don't like the two wing
You
nut.
wouldn't.
I don't like the configuration of. Yeah, that's actually a really smart idea. Do you have a speed square? Do you have a combination square?
A combination square?
A combination square?
Elaborate.
Let me see if I can find one.
Elaborate.
I mean, I have one. I just don't know where the hell I put it. Here we are.
What do you mean, Kevin, when you say stand it up?
Kevin, when you say stand it up?
I'm not sure what he said. Your saw is obviously a bit smaller than mine, but if you had one of these, then you could ensure the edge of your saw is in line with your blade, and then duplicate that same thing with your fence. That should do. Rest that against the outer edge of your table here and see how square the table is to the blade itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any place to register against the edge of the table?
What do you mean? The edge of the table?
What do you mean? The edge of the table?
Yes. Down here?
Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Against
I don't know what you mean.
I'm on the table. I've got it.
I'm on the table. I've got it.
No. The table of the saw. I'm sorry about that. Yes, there. Is there any way you can get that square to register against that outer edge of the saw?
What, like that?
What, like that?
Try angling it a bit like so. So that you can get the 90-degree face up against the edge of the... There you are. And now you can tell, is it 90 degrees between the edge of the saw and the blade itself?
I think so, yeah.
Deviance?
I think so, yeah.
So now you can use that same type of reference for your fence, and that should make them in line with one another. Does that make sense? Perhaps it may be that the adjustment, the little measuring rulers that they have aren't very accurate.
You're right. It's not.
You're right. It's not.
It's not equal.
It's not equal.
Well, that would explain a lot of it.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah,
Out slightly.
Out slightly.
So now bring your fence up against your square. And that should be a bit more reliable. Now, unfortunately, just kind of disregard what those hash marks are, because apparently they're nonsense. That's sad. That's unfortunate. All right, another go.
Right, it did rise there. That's my fault.
Okay, pause there. You're not doing anything wrong, but I need you to pause right there. Remember the apparatus that we made just a moment ago with the notch? Now, you're going to hook the notch on the side in between the fence and the blade. No, not there, on the other side of the blade. Yes. You're going to hook it to push that side of it while you use your hand to push the opposite side.
Okay.
To ensure that it stays even and you can continue through the rest of the cut without endangering your fingers.
Okay. Yay!
Well done.
I did it. I did it. And I've understood why now.
I've understood why.
I was putting too much pressure.
I was putting too much
holding
pressure.
it down.
Holding it down.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What
All
now?
right. So some things that we can have as some takeaways so that you know before we round up, because I got to get my kids some lunch. I want to talk about some of the things that are crucially important here. The first thing to take note is that your blade that they sent you is probably a blade that does not have any set. And what I mean by set is let me see if I can find something that will, well, I have a marker. I have a board. I can draw things. All right. Optimally, you don't want the sides of your blade rubbing up against the edge of the curve, right? So blades, especially good quality ones, will have the teeth offset in opposite directions. So that one is a bit this way, while the other one is a bit the other direction.
Yeah.
And they'll alternate like so. So what that does is that as you're making the cut, notice how your kerf is wider than the blade, so it has a bit of room to move around and stuff. I don't think your blade has that. I think your blade is simply flush on both sides. And then there's ground some teeth in there similar to this.
I think that's the only blade. Let me just see.
So we may need a different blade.
Oh, hold on. Oh God, no! This is
Oh, there we go. Let's go. Baby.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. That thing's ready to go. It's big and scary. I know, but it's okay.
I've unplugged it.
Yeah, we'll need to change the blade, which means we'll have to pull the table again. But I think you can leave it clamped. You can simply unscrew it, and I think it'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, I can unscrew it. Where's this?
What's that about Dan? What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Hi, Mike. And I take it the blade gets hot.
I think it should be cool, but you might ought to just, much like you do a pot, see if it's.
How did I get it out? I forgot.
I believe that outer.
Oh yeah, that was us.
pocket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm doing great, man. What are you doing? I wish you had some pliers or something so you could grasp that shaft and then you'd be able to.
What's that there?
it without grasping the shaft, or is the whole shaft turning?
It's not turning.
Oh, there it goes.
It's not turning.
It does when I do that.
It does when I do that.
That's not moving.
It's not
It's
moving.
not doing anything. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Do you have any pliers?
I do. Somewhere. Has it got
Maybe you can hold
anything?
everything still by holding that belt, perhaps, while you turn with the. No, it's the one on the outside. You were on the right track. We just got to prevent the whole apparatus from turning while you're trying to loosen that nut.
And anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
Should be, yes.
It's not loosening up at all. Or did I use that other thing on it?
I think it might have been the larger Allen wrench.
It's not budging. Oh, it is now.
I'd probably save that blade for something more like acrylics or plastics. I think you'd be
Okay.
better off with that. Yeah, but that
What
big
do I
gap-
do with the upper blade?
What
do I do with it? Where is it?
I don't know. Where'd you put it? It was in a plastic bag.
Oh, yeah, and
I love it. Let's see that beast. Yes.
which direction?
That's the way. That's the way. I think with this, as lightly as she's exerting pressure of inserting the wood, Grumpy, I think she'll be okay. Plus, that's got inserts that's going to give it the kerf we need.
Okay. Can I put the top back on?
Absolutely. And the good news is your fence is still set because it went with the table.
I don't know if you'd want to look at some blades for me.
We can certainly try to find some. Yeah, I don't know how many there'll be because this is a pretty niche, but I think we can try to find some. The moment I find some,
Maybe go to the company itself.
Yeah, it might be good. I'm sure Amazon is pretty good. I mean, they sell these under about 100 different brands, so we'll find some. But then again, for as duty purposes this song is, I doubt you're going to be going through that blade anytime soon. You're most certainly going to be pretty happy with what's happening. Grumpy said, that's better now. Looks like a table saw now. Let's go. It don't look like a grinder no more. Absolutely. We might be able to put some stank on it now.
Yeah, if I can get the screw in there.
All right, good little safety practice. Go ahead and power the saw on right now without any wood or anything, just to make sure it's not going to do something skeevy on us.
Okay, I'm just clamping it down again.
I'm going to have a good day, whether I want to or not. I hope the rest of y'all feel the same. The blade looking tough. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
There's
I
my...
bet you have a little piece of your wood now, and you're going to feel a lot better about what that's doing. Same practice, guys.
Okay.
We
Why?
introduced a little curve in there, sounds like.
Stop it at the same time. Why is it stopping at that same?
It's stopping because we've got one of those bottlenecks in there again. We got a dog leg in it in the cut.
Trying to get it as accurate as possible. Come on.
Just a second, I'll be right back, Jim.
Okay. Try and get this. Where's that ruler? There. Yeah. Those measurements aren't equal at all.
I'm still here, guys. Just a second, I'll get my it's loaded up. Yeah, I mean, most people, I leave them unfinished like this because they prefer them that way.
It is a tough blade. understand why it keeps stopping at this.
You bet. Sorry. Had to do a little bit of a selling one of my benches.
Oh, good.
Good.
Why is it stopping?
Let me show some techniques. Let me show some things that I do that might eliminate some of the hangups. Remove things here to here. Remove y'all like here. There we go. That's better. All right. So as I'm moving material through the saw, I know that I want to prevent the bind, and I know that I want to use this as my reference surface to make sure that I stay straight and true the whole time, right? So I'm actually exerting 3 forces while I'm moving wood through the material.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pushing downward, I'm pushing inward to the fence, and I'm pushing forward to move the piece. So make sure you're doing all 3 of those, down, in, and forward in equal measure, and you'll get a much smoother travel through the cut.
Don't understand.
Unfortunately, I think we may have to recalibrate the fence again. I hate that fence, but that's not here.
I was just doing that. That's perfect. Right,
Okay,
we're done.
let's give it another go. I feel you're going to be pretty dissatisfied with that fence, and I'm sorry about that. I think that's more of a manufacturing and design problem than it is an operational problem. Right, now you see how that little piece bunny hopped out of there? That was the kickback I was talking about.
Right.
That's what happens when a piece gets bound up in an obscure angle between the actual blade and the fence. Then you end up with that.
Okay.
push stick.
Sorry.
Your push stick. That's
What
what.
to?
See what's happening. Take note of here. Let me move again. Okay. So as you're proceeding through the cut, right? You're moving here, and the farther you go in, the more I see that it's kind of doing this. And you're kind of doing this number with your pushing. But exercising with the push block lets you be equal pressured on both sides in order to make sure, again, we just need to preserve that being nice and straight. We don't want it to deviate. That's most certainly the fence.
That's disappointing.
Oh, that fence is going to be a bother. I hate that now. Now, just for curiosity's sake, let's do it this way. Move your fence completely as far off to the side as it'll go. Return to the miter gauge and let's chop off a couple of those curves that you already made. And I'll see if we can demonstrate a bit what happened. All right, now we'll execute some cross cuts and just knob off some of those tabs that you had just cut using the rip cuts. Yep, go as far over as you can. Get as big a piece as you can get without getting close to the fence.
Like that?
Back off about half a centimeter. That should be fine. Go ahead. There you go. That should be good. Now, that piece you just cast aside, one side of that is the kerf that you made with your rip cut, right? Place your ruler up against it to see how much it's deviated from being truly flat.
Yeah.
Yep, just like I do right here. What I typically do is I take mine and I just butt right up against it. As you can see, I wish I could, you know what? I'm going to invert it so you can see from the other direction. Not a speck of daylight is coming through mine.
I don't know if you can see mine. Yeah. There's light coming through now. There's a space.
So this is the technique that we'll have to master. It does take a bit of work. I'm sorry, June. But you got it. You got the basics down. You're ready to go. Now it's just a matter of making sure that you're doing it consistently, staying smooth in that curve without any deviation, variance, or any wobbling. And it'll do what you want it to do. It'll most certainly cross-cut pretty easy. The miter gauge looks like it's pretty locked in.
It seems to work nicely with the thin wood.
Yes. A couple of things we can talk about as far as this saw. It is good at making cross cuts. It's good for making very small craft wood projects. You'll probably do phenomenal with it with things like acrylic, thin plastic. It'll do all of those smaller items. I think you'll do phenomenal with. You're not going to be building a house with it anytime.
No, I don't think so.
It's just,
No, I don't think so.
yeah. We didn't really get into the sanding bit and the flex shaft.
Mhm.
We could take that on next if you'd like. Or do you want to take a break and
I wanted to do that heart,
I wanted to do that hard,
but I don't know if we'd be able to do it.
all right?
I don't know if we'd be able to do it.
Let's figure out how to do a heart on the table saw. All right, let me.
I wanted a
Hey,
chunky
listen, I love
heart.
that you
I
asked
wanted
me
a
that.
chunky heart.
It may be a bit Roblox, but I bet we could do it. Okay. The first thing we want to do is establish our heart. I'm going to get a better wood. I'm chucking things off camera because, in all honesty, what you guys don't see is I broke down almost 50 pallets and they're just jammed up in here. So I've got mountains of wood everywhere. So I'm just throwing that stuff on the pile. Okay. I got a bit of cedar. We'll talk about making a heart. Remember, the key function of our saw is that it does straight cuts. So we can't ask it to do anything otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think probably the best bet that I have is first to bisect my board, which is 5.5. So I'm going to go 2 3/4. That looks wonderful. At 2 3/4, I'm going to draw myself a 45 here, which I can do with my miter's gauge. Corresponding 45 the other direction, which gives me something like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, I can make myself a couple of more 45s. At that point, back to 2 3/4. Something very similar to this.
Well, I've got the cut at the top anyway, so I'll use that.
Top anyway, so I'll use that.
Okay.
But it's not central.
But it's not
No.
central.
Can I see your reference, please?
Can I see your reference, please?
Yes, of course. So
Oh, I can't see.
hopefully you can see that okay.
Oh, I can't see.
Nice.
Oh wait, I know what to do. I have a table saw.
Can you bring that picture back?
Can you bring that picture back?
I can't see the lines, sorry.
I can't see the lines, sorry.
I think that'll do just fine. So now let's talk about the order that I'm going to make these cuts. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these corners off so that I keep as many flat faces as possible to register against my miter stud. So I'm going to turn my miter gauge to 45.
To 35, did you say?
To 35, did you say?
Say it again.
Did you say 35?
Did you say 35?
45.
45.
Oh, 45.
And now what I'm going to look to do is lob off these corners.
What's confusing me is that you've got your blade on the opposite side to me.
Let me see if I can fix that. 2 shakes.
Okay.
That'll do it. There we go. I think my writing's backwards, but it's okay. So now I've cut one corner off. Now I'll come to the other side, do the same.
I don't see how I can do that with this in place.
Hold on, let me move the mouse because the Windows pop-up is in the way. Okay, what's in the way?
This is in the way. Oh,
This is in the way.
how
Oh
much?
dear. I mean, we may have to make it smaller. That's quite a large
Yeah.
it's quite a large bit.
Yeah.
Okay, turn your 45 the other direction.
Ah.
And then attack it from that angle.
If I got it right there?
I think you should.
If I'm plugged in it.
Is that board quite thicker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do a thin one.
Let me do a thin one.
I'll use one of my toaster ones.
I'll use one of my toaster ones. Or
on a circular one.
on a circular one.
I bet that'll work. Absolutely. Well,
How do I
maybe
draw?
something circular in a
How
table
do
saw
I
might be tough.
draw?
Here, follow along, and I'll show you how I'll do it, and then
Yeah, sure.
once you have the material, you can emulate.
Yeah,
what I do.
sure.
All right. So now off to my next miter. Transfer my measurements to the opposite side. So that I can do my 45s this way. All right. And that's not going to work so hot anymore. See, the problem is the more bits you remove, the less you have to register against your miter saw or your miter gauge. So I'm not condoning anyone to do this. Please don't do what I just did, as I've been running the saw for years, so I'm accustomed to making this cut in a smooth fashion that doesn't cause the bind that we were
I
talking
won't be
about.
doing that.
I won't be doing that.
But I guess for what it's worth, yes, you can make a heart.
Okay, how do I do one on a circle?
How do I do one on a circle?
I would avoid running the table saw with a circle. I would probably use your sander function instead.
Okay.
Okay.
As this is just going to be too coarse and too dangerous for doing that.
So I can draw a heart
So I can draw a heart
on this word and use my
on this word
Dremel.
and use my Dremel.
Absolutely.
Okay, I shall try that.
Okay, I shall try that.
Yeah, I wanted to get another heart done for
Get
Dan.
another heart done for Dan.
He's disappeared.
He's disappeared.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm coming. I have more people messaging me about benches. I'm sorry. All right. Repeat that again for me, dear. I'm so sorry.
I didn't say anything. I just said that I'll use my Dremel
I'll use my Dremel
on
Yes.
that. Yeah, that's fine.
on that. Yeah, that's fine.
The dodo.
Okay.
The dodo.
Have you got time for that, or
Have you got time for that? Or
I'll do it later?
For reattaching the drill chucks?
Or what, Chuck?
Or what, Chuck?
For reattaching the other pieces for the sander and the Dremel?
No,
that what
no,
you're
no,
asking?
no. The dodo.
No. The dodo.
Oh, the wood burning.
No, I was gonna
No.
cut the dodo out.
Cut the dodo out.
Oh dear. I don't know how we do that with a table saw. That's the unfortunate thing is the table saw is pretty much designed for straight cuts, and anything with a curve, we're back to a jigsaw.
Give it a square head.
Give it a square head.
Or yeah, do it
so
square,
sorry.
then you use the Dremel.
Square, then you use the Dremel.
Yeah, I mean we could certainly do that. All right, let me draw a dodo. 1 second, let me figure out how to make that up. Dodo is basically a duck, a bird. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
So I'm akin to this. Oh, with a hook. Yeah. Okay. Given that it's for very rough cuts, I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to where we have to be. Trying to think of how to do it in a way that wouldn't invariably end up putting you in some kind of a risky spot. Especially given that you're not all that experienced with the table saw, this could be a
So
challenge.
do you think I should leave this for a later day?
I do. I think that this is definitely something a bit more advanced. This is something I would even feel sketchy about trying to do.
Okay.
And as much as you may hate that I say it, I think we need a jigsaw. I know you didn't like it.
I wonder if there's a miniature jigsaw.
Now, I did want to show you something that we could have done with your jigsaw that might have made it better. 1 second. Because this may flip you right back to the jigsaw idea and make you happy about it. 1 moment. Get this thing and get ready to assemble it, which I can walk you through assembling it without issues. The neighbors have decided it's time to have a party. Which, given that it's my neighbors, their occasion is any day that ends in Y. Where did you go? I had that put together just for June. Where'd it go? Here we are. This looks a bit bonkers. I acknowledge that. But do a bit of rearranging here, and I'll show you just what I intend.
Can you see this?
Can you see this?
I can. $19 for.
What's it called?
Oh, what is that?
What's it called?
It's called a magic box.
It's called a magic box.
Magic box.
Let me click on it.
Let me click on it.
8-in-1 professional.
8-in-1 professional.
It's a magic box 8-in-1
It's a magic box 8-in-1
professional hacksaw set
professional hacksaw set
with self-locking design.
with self-locking design.
8 interchangeable blades
8 interchangeable blades
for metal, wood and
for
drywall.
metal, wood and drywall.
Hand saw tool for
Hand
DIY.
saw tool for DIY.
Hmm.
I will be sorted out in just a moment. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
There's a mini scroll saw.
There's a mini scroll saw.
A rotary drill,
A rotary drill.
but I've got that on my
But I've got that on my
rotary.
rotary.
Right. There we are. Stay upright. Moron. Do not play with me. I will clamp you to the bench. Bestest live streamer ever. Okay. I'm trying to do this before this damn thing falls over. Okay. You go back to your original jigsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then the idea is we build you one of these devices. This device literally allows me to put the jigsaw inside here. And now I've turned it into a bit of a bandsaw. So that rather than moving the tool through the wood, you're moving the wood through the tool. I think you'd like this a whole lot more. I think you'd find this a lot more versatile than the table saw, if I'm being honest.
But that's a lot. I can't.
That's a lot.
I haven't got a space for something like
I
that.
haven't got a space for something like that.
What if I could integrate it into your workbench?
And how do I? I've only got one desk,
I've only got one desk,
and I do everything on this desk.
and I do everything on this desk.
Okay. Let me chew on it for a little bit and think about it. I don't want to go rash into an idea, but certainly cutting curves on the table saw probably isn't the most prudent decision.
I think one of these might suit me better.
Oh, that's a Sawzall. That's, oh goodness. Okay, let's talk about that. That is actually a jigsaw. But that is quite literally, hold on, I have it here. That's quite literally the chainsaw or the jigsaw's.
Oh, that's quite big, isn't it?
It is, very much so. That's the jigsaw's very angry big brother. And I can go through construction timbers with this like butter. Maybe not the choice.
Maybe I should stick with my Dremel. We've got an echo going
For
on.
the time being, that's probably the best bet. But I certainly hope we'll continue to pursue this table saw thing because I think you could put good use to it.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as for cutting curves, I would certainly not go to the table saw.
No. Straight lines.
All right, I have to go feed my children some lunch.
I need to feed my fur babies. And myself.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for being able to join. I'm sorry I had to cut it off some, but I hope you took away something good out of that.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining in today.
Jen, thanks for having me. You take care, okay?
Thank you, Mike. Bye-bye. You take care. Bye, everyone.
Take care.